Hey guys, it's your third favourite amateur YouTuber, the dude who talks, and let me just address the elephant in the room. Yes, I've shaved my beard. So for today, I'll be talking about the upcoming new album from Year of No Light called Consolamentum, which is coming out through Pelagic Records on the 2nd of July. So before I do a little bit of a small bio, I'll tell you a personal experience about Year of No Light. So it was Damnation Festival in Leeds, England. I can't remember what year it was. I remember I was walking across the corridor to like another stage to watch another band. Then I noticed one of the smaller stages and then noticed Year of No Light was playing. Now it was right near the end of the set, but what I noticed was this like blast of like pure sonic noise, and I was like, wow. I was like fascinated by them. So, a little bit about Year of No Light. They're celebrating their 20th year as a band. They're from Bordeaux in France. They put out their first demo in 2004, which was well received and was also described as The Cure playing sludge. So, including Consolamentum, they've released 4 studio albums and a soundtrack scoring the 1932 film Vampire. Though the best way to describe their output is actually from the band themselves, and they've stated there's a thread running through all of our albums, collectively an exploration of this sensitive world that obeys a certain telos. First fantasized, gnawed, and then reverberated, Oswelt, then declaimed as a warning, toxin. The deeper we dig, the more the motives we have to unveil to appear to us. Yes, it's a big Gnostic. The album is invoked after the toxin. It's the epiphany of the fall. So with Consolamentum, the title refers to the sacrament of the Catholic Church, which was a Christian movement that was prevalent from the 12th to the 14th century and bloomed in southern Europe. Now, with all that out the way, I just want to ask the question, what did I think of Consolamentum? Did I like it or did I hate it? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, let's fucking go. So for those who want to know, Consolamentum consists of 5 tracks and clocks in at 55 minutes. So I'm going to talk about 3 tracks from the album which will best describe the sound of it. And I'll start like I normally do, and that's the opening track called Obturation. So it starts off with this gloomy intro, and there's this like shimmering guitar at the start and this subtle use of electronics in the background. It's very slow and very gradual, and with previous experience with things like that, it's taught me patience, because normally when something's very slow there's usually a big payoff, and there is. And then past the 3-minute mark we get our first riff, and it is a big beefy one, and it is totally drenched in feedback. The song itself is still very slow paced, however it is really heavy sounding and makes full use of the 12-minute length of that song. And for me, this song has a similar approach to atmosphere building to bands like Bone Gripper. It feels very oppressive in the listen, and the riff I was talking about earlier now feels just like relentless, and it just pounds away, and it makes for an intense listen if you give it your full undivided attention. But while you may think it gets a little bit repetitive, Year of Light do this thing where they do this like minor change in the song, and it has such a big effect, like the use of melody. Like for example, so the next song I want to talk about is called Interded, or Vivians, or Morts et Oceans, which is a stand-up for me on the album. And it starts off with, you guessed it, slow and heavy, but this time without the intro setting you in. And for some reason, when I'm listening to the song, there feels like there's a bit of a harmony between the drums and the guitars. And there's also the inclusion of power chords as well, which give it that extra oomph. Also, there's moments in this song where it feels like it's leading you up onto like a real high mountain, and when you get up there, the sound gets harsh and intense, and you're like suffocating and trying to gasp for air. Mostly slow. There are moments in the second half of the song where the tempo changes up, and one moment in particular, there's this huge build up held by this ever increasing drum beat, which just adds more to the intensity. And also towards the end, it slows down but in a gradual, crushing way. The last song I want to talk about is the album closer, which is called Came and has a slightly different approach. This time there's a much larger use of synths, which are like the driving force of the song, especially at the start. And it shows to me that they can definitely change things up without sounding like jarring. And also, listening to it made me reminisce of The Cure with this kind of gothic feel to it. Though the dense guitar riff is definitely still has a place on this song, also the drums sound really powerful, especially when it's building up to its highest point, which is helped by the synths as well. And when it reaches that peak, however, it does take a while to get there, we're treated to blast beats. And these just sound loud, echoey, and just unrelenting. And somehow I think they just even go faster and faster and just stretch out this like huge climax at the end of the song. Now, as you can probably tell, I really enjoyed this record. However, I do have a little bit of a critique on it, especially with the song Realgar, which I felt could have been a bit shorter. It was a bit too slow paced for my likings. And especially past the 9-minute mark, I just feel like there's just feedback just stretched out just for so long, it just gets a little bit too much. However, on a positive spin, the end of the song reminds me of the song Come On, Loose and Endless Longing by A Silver Mount Zion, or as they were known on that album, the Silver Mount Zion Memorial Orchestra and Tralala Band with choir, which is a bit of a mouthful. I'll include a link to that song on the description section so you can see for yourself. So my overall opinion on this album was that it was just an absolute treat to listen to. The songs are thick in atmosphere, there's heavy riffs, however it runs so much deeper than that. There's moments of like sheer intensity, with moments where it does its best to immerse you in its like atmosphere, but you do gotta let it. If you're looking for something that is straight to the point, this album isn't going to be for you. However, if you're looking for something completely the opposite to that, go listen to this album. You will not be disappointed. So that was me talking about Consolamentum by Year of No Light. Are you thinking of picking this album up? Please let me know if you are down below in the comment section. Like always, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. It really helps out. I also just want to quickly plug my socials as well. I've got Instagram and Facebook. I'll be including links to them down below in the description section, so feel free to give that a like and a follow. Really helps out as well. So yeah, that's all I've got left to say to you guys. I've been the dude who talks. You guys as always are fucking awesome. Don't you ever forget it. Alright, see you next time.